Hey guys, and welcome back to Series 2, Episode 11 of the House Renovation.
So it's hard to do that now in these double figures. So I'm going to start today's video by asking you guys a question. If you can let us know in the comment section down below, how long of a video do you like watching of ours? I asked on Instagram and on Twitter, and we got such a varied response of video length durations. So let us know in the comment section down below. Do you prefer this sort of 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 15, or 15 minute plus? Because this video here is actually a fair bit longer than our normal type video.
Anyway, let's get on with today's video where we have given up on the kitchen and we have just gone outside.
So now we've actually started to move stuff into our new lounge. I mean, look, we've got actual indoor pot plants.
We've got a lot of plants.
Today feels like the first day of summer. Can you believe it? I've actually got like shorts on, the doors are open, everything is looking so flipping good and incredible in here. Not so much out there. The next thing we're going to do in this video is to tackle the patio. So previously, Hollie's already explained why we went for these tiles in here.
So yes, in a nutshell, we bought these tiles because they hide muddy paw prints the best. It's so true.
But there is another reason why we went for these tiles, and that is because we wanted to basically have the same patio slabs as the tiles inside, which leads me on to the next point, which is the actual patio slabs. Now, these patio slabs are pretty similar in colour and size as the indoor tiles. Now, we've got this eco drain here, so any water which kind of hits the door can go straight down into this drain and runs away. So these patio slabs here are going to come up just in line with this drain here. So that basically means that we've got like the least amount of space in the threshold. Is that the terminology?
We'll go with that. That's what the double glazing guy said.
Basically, we didn't want to step down onto a patio, and one of the things which we had to work out at the very beginning of doing this extension was this floor and the patio to get this bifold door in the correct place. So how good does that patio look now? I mean, the tiles and the patio slabs are basically linking together, so we don't have really much difference between the inside and the outside. So with those doors open, we've got that almost seamless looking floor, which in mine and Hollie's eyes looks incredible. And I've basically spent my whole morning at the cement mixer, mixing up all of the sand and cement and cutting all the tiles, and that is the main reason why I haven't really filmed any of the actual patio slabs being put down, because I've been doing those other things. But as you can see, we're about halfway done. The patio is not finished yet, and we kind of hit a bit of a stumbling block. We thought we had way more sand than what we actually needed. Turns out we needed like twice as much as we actually need, hence the patio is only half done. And this weekend for us is actually Easter weekend, is bank holiday weekend, which now means that I've ordered more sand and it won't be turning up for over a week. So I'm kind of at a bit of a loose end now, because I thought that this would be done today. So I'm gonna have to find something else to do now. Probably sort the rest of that out. whilst we're waiting for that sand to turn up, is to prep the area where we're going to have a step. Now, when we had the extension built, we built this retaining wall for the patio. That's a really loud car going by. And the retaining wall was actually made out of blue limestone to match the extension, which looks really, really nice. We didn't really know what we wanted to do with a step at that time, so we didn't even bother putting one in or installing one. We now know, because we're halfway through the patio, what type of step we actually want, and that's going to be a step which is 3 patio slabs wide, which is going to be 1.8 meters, which is 6 foot wide. So we're basically going to step down, and that means that I've got to prep this area, put a new concrete pad in and build a little retaining wall to hold those patio slabs. There we go, that is the section which I just dug out now. It's going to be a nice wide step. Like I said, it's going to be 3 patio slabs wide, which is almost half of the patio width. So the step's going to be really, really nice and wide and stuff here. I've probably dug this hole slightly bigger than I needed it to be, and probably slightly deeper than I needed it to be as well. But I want to make sure that I've got a good kind of concrete base in, because we're going to be building another retaining wall where this brick is here. We're going to be basically building that up to about halfway up to this sort of height here, and that is the main reason why we're going for a nice concrete pad, to basically be able to have the retaining wall and then have the patio slabs on top. Now, I know this probably isn't the correct way of doing it, but I think for a step, it's probably going to be okay.
So you're cracking on by yourself today then?
Oh, hello. Yeah, I thought, what's the worst that can happen, Holly?
You'll be fine.
Well, basically, the guy who's been helping us lay the patio, everything up until here, is basically fully booked for the next couple of weeks, and I don't particularly want to wait for someone else to come back to finish it. I've never actually laid a patio before, but I thought, what's the worst that can happen? So, giving it a go.
As long as the bubble on that thing is kind of in the middle, I think you're okay. I think that's the general concept of a patio. That's the general concept? Yeah, exactly.
Would you believe it, Holly, that I've laid these 2 this morning?
Can't tell the difference.
Looks alright. Don't stand on them.
I was going to say I need to stay away because I'll stand on them.
God, these tiles are deceivingly heavy. Ooh. Low there and level there. High there.
We can put a pot on it, no worries.
A pot.
A pot.
Put a plant pot on it.
Exactly.
A wobbly plant pot.
Exactly.
And one thing, what we're trying to do is find that there's like a texture which is running through these. Even though there's like this kind of yellowy bit going that way, there's actually like a grain which runs the opposite way. So we're going to try putting them all down so the grain runs off of the patio. So when it does rain, it encourages the water to like run away and not hold on.
In theory.
In theory, that's the plan. And if you can see as well, we've got a ever so slight drop on the tile by like literally a couple of mil. Again, just to encourage the water to run away from the door and off the side of the patio. Ooh, crikey.
Graceful.
This is the last one, Holly. You've seen it. I've probably left like... I've probably left the most difficult one till last, because these ones are wet. I've literally got nowhere to stand. And hopefully this one is going to be the right... Yes! So after a couple of days of laying the slabs, the patio is finally complete. Well, almost complete. Patio is done. Well, it's more like 75% done. I've still got to go around and point it in or do the grouting or whatever you call it, and I've still got to build that step. But as the sun is now out, we can really see what this patio is going to look like in the summer. And talking about the summer, I've got a new garden bench which we're going to put together right now.
Right, but one thing that will make it better is cushions. And James had the bright idea to get brightly coloured cushions which match some of our paintings and the green wall. And that's not all. We also got some throws which can be used inside or outside on those chilly summer evenings.
And also there's another cushion.
Ah yes, James has become an interior designer. And these are all from IKEA. And we were stood in IKEA trying to decide whether this would match this painting. And I say it does pretty well, actually.
The thing is, that's got like the bluey kind of greeny turquoisey to go with this wall over here, the oranges to go with the painting, and all like the tones and colours just fits. Everything fits perfectly.
It's just, you're too good at this.
So I now thought that I would actually give the retaining wall a go, or building the wall for the step. Now, when all of this was actually built, I never actually laid a single stone. None of the extensions. So this is the first time I've actually like laying stonework and kind of, I think they call it like dressing stone. So when you have like a nice bit of natural stone like this, you basically get a hammer and you go around all of the corners and you make it nice and crisp. Kind of what I've done here. So I've already started laying this corner out. I wanted to give it a little bit of a go before I actually started filming. It's going pretty well. I mean, it's quite slow for me to do it, but if I get a level, you can see that it's pretty level going this way and also fairly level going the other way. You can just see by doing that, it gives that nice sort of clean edge and takes off any of this kind of loose layered stuff, because like I just said, it's natural stone, blue lias natural stone, and we don't want the cement sticking to that, because then that could actually just then make the actual stonework not stick. So basically tapping it off, get rid of all those loose bits and paint it on.
Oi! 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 No!
So it is now the next morning and I've just come out to carry on with this wall, because as you can see, yesterday I didn't quite finish this corner over here, but before I go on and finish that little bit over there, I've got to do something which is quite important, and that is to basically clean up all of these joints. When you're building a wall, it's obviously quite messy with like the sand and cement. The next thing I've got to do with this bit of wall is to get a wire brush and basically rub down all of these joints and clean up the stone before it gets too dry and too hard. But if you look at this wall, which has obviously been rubbed down, it looks really nice and really clean, where this wall doesn't at the moment. So that's why I've got a wire brush, and I've got to rub it down. Alright, so as you can see, everything looks so much better now. Ignore my shadow. And as you can see, there is still a colour difference between this new stone and the old stone, but don't worry about that. This is still a little bit wet, so it will dry the same colour. And now my next bit is to finish this little corner over here. So when we built this original patio wall here, we did know that we're going to be putting a step in, but we didn't know the exact size of it, and that already depended on the size of the patio slab. So as a bit of preparation for the actual step, we put a few of these wall ties into the wall here, knowing that we're going to be building a step. And now as it's come to it, the step is in the exact position as these wall ties, which is ideal because that's exactly 3 patio slabs wide. So having these wall ties into the original wall, and then when I put the final kind of stone onto here, that's basically going to clamp this wall tie in, which is really going to help with the sort of structural integrity of the actual wall. So it's just going to make it a little bit more solid. So the center of the step is now filled up completely. I've put some hardcore down, and I also put a little bit more concrete down in the actual step as well. So it's now nice and perfectly level, just ready to put the last 3 remaining patio slabs down. So I've just mixed up a bit more cement, and now we can put these on top of there. So the patio is pretty much complete now. There's still a few things that we want to do. We want to put like one of those, I don't know what they're called, a sail? Canopy.
We call it a sail. A
canopy sail above it because it gets super sunny and super hot on this patio. And also we want to get some form of like RGB LED strip to go underneath this edge here to light up the step. And that leads me on to the next point.
The step.
The step is now done. What are you saying, Holly?
It is a beautiful step.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with the actual look of the step, and it does exactly what a normal step does. You can step down off the patio and you can step back on it.
Perfect, that's exactly what we needed.
But it's also the home to these 2 awesome little fellas right here. These are called foo dogs, and it's all just like in keeping and really starting to come together now. And do we have names for these yet, Holly?
We haven't yet, actually.
No names?
No, not yet.
I'm sure you'll come up with some.
Can someone comment what we should call our foo dogs, please?